All right, Rebels, welcome to the beginning of something different. This is Podcaster's Business Insider, the daily show where creators stop playing small and start building like a business. Here, we don't chase downloads for vanity. We build systems, strategies, and shows that actually pay the bills. If you've ever felt stuck recording into the void, wondering if your podcast will ever grow into more than just a hobby, this is where the guesswork ends because you're not just a podcaster, you're a founder, a strategist, a builder. And together, we're going to turn your mic into a media empire. So buckle up, Pod Rebels, because clarity beats chaos, strategy beats hustle, and momentum beats perfection. Let's get into it. Rebels, today is December 1st. And for most of my life, and I don't know how it's been in your lives, but I have a feeling it's kind of the same. This is the exact day used which used to be the beginning of my slowdown. You know the script. Relax. January is when everything changes. Take it easy. The year's basically over. You'll start fresh when the calendar resets. And year after year after year after year, I bought the lie. I coasted, I waited, I handed control of my future to a date printed on a piece of paper instead of putting it into my own hands. But one year, it hit me like a freight train. Rebels don't wait for the right time. They create the right time. December is not the month to slow down. December is the month you quietly build an advantage while everyone else checks out. And you, the pod rebel listening right now, you've got 31 days to build momentum no one can compete with in January. Let's get into the news. First headline comes to us from Pod News Daily. Global podcast market forecast to jump tenfold by 2034. Excuse me. Global podcast market is expected to grow by 25 billion to over 250 billion by 2034. Creator-led independent brands will make up the majority of the new revenue streams. The report predicts a massive influx of advertisers moving away from traditional media. This is the creator economy's declaration of independence. Corporate media is shrinking. Legacy institutions are losing trust. People want real voices, not sanitized messages. The world is shifting towards you, the independent creator that has conviction. This isn't market growth. This is a power transfer. Here's some of my takes on this. The money is moving to independent voices who build systems, not hype. So you have to make sure that your voice is authentic and you are speaking to your audience, not at your audience, like corporate media is doing all over the world at all times. You are no longer competing with corporations. You're actually replacing them. Now, it's a little bit hard to get your heads wrapped around it, but that is how the industry is actually changing. There is proof on this. Many big time media people are now creating their podcasts. They're a little bit late on this, but they are doing it. So, how do you, as the rebel, Use this to your advantage. You have to start to look at your podcast like a business now, not like a hobby. You have to lean into your voice and don't filter it out. Remember, the person is tuning in to listen and see you, not some fancy studio that people have tons of makeup on and all this, you know, hundreds of thousands and millions of dollar studios and scripted this and that. They're not, they don't care about that anymore. So you need to, and the last thing that you can do is start building an audience now while the wave is building. We are going to be doing this at the end of this month, and we're going to be introducing to our to myself. I'm going to be introducing myself something that's going to be, I'll be exhausted by the end of April. But we are going to be building the Discord channel at the end of the month, and have I can say lofty goals, realistically lofty goals to build a Discord channel, and that's where all my community is going to be. Discord. Wait for it. At the end of the month, I'll be making more announcements of it throughout the rest of this month. So by the time 2034 hits, the winners like us will be the people who started early, like now, and stayed consistent. I know I haven't been consistent. We've had some emergency things that I had to take care of. So we will be consistent moving forward. It's just last week was I had to deal with an emergency. So I had to not do the lives because that emergency trumped everything that I was doing. Article number 2 comes to us from Pod News. Audio is still number 1. New data confirms audio outperforms video in trust and completion. Audio content remains the top format of completion rate and trust. Listeners report higher connections with voices and versus video. The final quote that I have from the article is podcasts outperform short form videos in depth, retention, and brand loyalty. Now, this holds true, and it has held true since the beginning of podcasting and radio too. Radio came first, and then TV came. So, audio part of your podcast is probably the most important, but video is also critically important as well. We've gone through this before in other lives and other trainings, and we're going to be going into further detail into why audio is still critically important to you as the indie podcaster. Why this matters. In a world addicted to speed and distraction, audio cuts deeper than video. People trust voices more than faces. Especially now with AI and how good AI really is. Scary good. Scary good. And trust is the real currency of the creator economy. This is a reminder. You don't need viral videos to win. You need relationship depth, and audio builds that faster than anything. My takes on this: if you focus on consistent podcasting, you can build a community stronger than creators with 10x your views. And the second take, long form audio is your competitive advantage against creators who rely on empty entertainment. We kind of have proof on this, and I will show you the proof. Just give me a moment. Let me get this. I should have been a little bit more prepared, but oh well, you know me. We do things in real time, so I can give you the real time stuff. And let's bring up YouTube. Okay, YouTube and Red Circle. We have actually transitioned from Podbean to Red Circle. I figured if I'm going to be paying monthly, I want to be putting out as much content as possible and as many podcasts as I want without bleeding myself dry. And I do that very well with Red Circle. Podbean is great. Don't get me wrong. I loved Podbean. For the amount of years that I was with Podbean, they were fantastic. Their analytics is next level. However, I had to pay for every single podcast that I put up, and that was getting a little bit too expensive for me right now. So, let me share my screen, and I will show you proof that audio does outperform video. Share my screen, and we're going to go share screen. We're going to do this one. Yes, allow. And we're bringing this guy on. Okay, here we go. So, all in all, we have 29 subscribers on the YouTube channel. I love you guys all. You guys are amazing. You guys are awesome. And I have to give a special shout out to the people that are watching us in Portugal and in Taiwan. You guys are amazing. Thank you for the support. I see you guys, and you guys are amazing. Thank you. And for all you other people that are out there watching us and following us, you guys are the best. But I've had this channel up since August. We've been doing live since August, and we have 29 subscribers, 1,913 views in the last 48 in the last 2 days. That's pretty good. I haven't done these numbers in a while, in a long time. Now let's head over to Red Circle, and we'll see the analytics for the podcasts that I started last month. 25 downloads. Is that right? Yes, that is correct. 25 downloads. Now, my channel is actually really new, so I'm not going to be... Oh, that's boots on the ground. There we go. So we have 62 total downloads in a month. 62 compared to 29 subscribers. Views on YouTube have increased 106% more than the last 28 days, and watch time hours has increased, and that's only because we have long form videos on YouTube. But still, it's nice to see. But this is very impressive right here. I'm not saying that, I'm doing something great or whatever. I'm literally just posting and dumping on Red Circle. I'm not really doing a lot of advertisements or pushing, or I'm not spending any money on it other than my subscription to Red Circle. But still, we have how many episodes? 1, 2, 3, 4 episodes, 5 episodes, 4 episodes. We have another one coming out tomorrow. So it'll be 6 episodes. So within, let's say 4 episodes, let's say 5 episodes, 62 divided by 5, that's about 12.5 downloads per episode. I mean, it's not bad for a channel that's brand spanking new. Again, these are not, you're not going to see here fake stuff. I'm not going to show you fake stuff. I know how to get this number 62 to 100,062. I know how to do it within a month. But that's all fake and that's all empty. And I don't trust downloads. You guys know downloads for us is just vanity. These numbers, I don't want to say that they don't mean nothing, because they do mean something. They mean that your content and um, your mission or your message is, it's starting to hit. Next year, I expect to see at least 1-0 after the 62. That's next year, not this year. December 1st, 2026, there should be average episode download should be 250, not 25. Remember, this podcast has been up since October. November. So it's been 1 month, and I'm averaging 25 downloads per episode. So, I mean, like I said, it's not the greatest numbers, but what do you expect? It's a brand new podcast. Now, if I was like Tucker Carlson, or if I was like um, Patrick Butts David, and I just said, you know what, I'm starting up a new podcast, and I already have a couple million people on one channel, I can easily pull 100,000 people from that channel to watch my new channel. Easily. I don't have that. I started from zero. But it's pretty good. I'm happy with this. And there's not much more to say about that. So let me just remove that. So the person that's popping in and out, you awesome. You're the best. So now you can see the difference between audio and video. Audio always does outperform video no matter what. So let's get into the theme for today. Today's episode, it isn't about the news. It isn't about my stats. It isn't about how much money we made last month, which was nothing. We spent money, but we're saving money because we removed. We're shifting over to other platforms, like for example, Red Circle. Red Circle is costing us $17 a month, and I have four podcasts on there. And if I had it on Podbean, it would have been $36 a month. So we're saving money there. But we're not going to be talking about the financials. We're going to start talking about the financials fresh at the beginning of January, because I think that's fair. And we're just going to get into the topic of today. And the topic of today is, I have to learn how to slow down, how to speak, but that's not the topic. Start where you stand. The Rebels December advantage. Today's episode, like I said, isn't about the news. It's about what the news means for you right now on December 1st. You have a marketplace exploding with opportunity. You have two mediums, audio and video, but we're talking about audio, that outperforms almost everything else. And you have a month where the entire world slows down, but you don't have to. This is the season where Rebels get stronger. While everyone else waits for January, you build identity. While everyone sleeps, you are sharpening your skills. While everyone hopes the year will reset, you create momentum that can't be undone. Your podcast doesn't grow because of a new year. It grows because you decided to stop waiting. Just like in today's Rebel Daily Bite, if you missed it, go back and take a look at it. Your only job is one action today. One thing that keeps the flame alive. December is not downtime. December is a differentiation. I can't say, I have trouble saying this word. December is differentiation time. So, 4 things that I want you guys to take away. Okay. I want you guys to do one of these 4. I want you to do these 4 things. Publish something today. 1 clip, 1 sentence, 1 thought. Choose one December habit that builds your identity as a podcaster. Create depth, not noise. Use audio as your trust building weapon. Build boldly. That's number 4. Rebel creators, we don't ask for permission. We just go and do it. So that's it, guys. But before we wrap up, remember this. Don't let the noise of the world shape your message. Don't let the establishment decide what you can or cannot say. Stand firm. Create freely. Lead without fear. If you want momentum and clarity and a real plan for your podcast or your live stream or your content, download your free 15-step to kickstart your podcast. And join the Rebel Intel newsletter, which will be launching January 5th, and get weekly strategy tools behind the scenes. Wow, I said that really wrong. I really got to tune that in. That's one thing I got to tune in for December for the rest of it. Let me start that over again. Join the Rebel Intel newsletter and get weekly strategy tools and behind the scene intel. Long live the truth, long live integrity, long live the rebellion.